Winston.
Hey, Jason. What are you doing?
Oh, just hanging around.
How was school today?
Oh, great. Especially lunch and recess.
What did you think about that presentation in the gymnasium this afternoon?
Oh, that was great too. The one on Lysol.
No, it's epilepsy.
That's what I said.
Here, repeat it after me.
Lep,
C,
epilepsy.
Lysol? No, epilepsy.
That's what I said. Epilepsy. And they talked about seizures and seizures and sneezers.
Achoo! Seizures.
Yeah, that's it. That was interesting.
Yeah, it really was cool. I wish I knew someone we could talk to about it even more. I have lots of questions.
Hey guys, my name's Zeph. I heard what you're talking about. I'd love to talk about epilepsy with you.
How do you know about epilepsy?
I know a lot about epilepsy because I have it.
You do? You have seizures, threezers, sneezers, achoo!
Yes, I have seizures. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, the more you know about epilepsy and seizures, the better.
Why is that important?
So that you know what to do in case of someone's having a seizure. In fact, I'm just like you.
Really? You're made of wood and fabric too?
No, I'm just like everybody else. I just have epilepsy.
Are there different types of epilepsy?
Yes, there's the small kind, absence seizures, which is staring spells. There's the medium kind, which is complex and simple partial seizures, which is wandering around, picking at clothes. Pretty much you're confused the whole time. There's the big kind, tonic-clonic, which is like jerking, laying on the ground, and you might have to take a nap afterwards.
What type do you have?
I have tonic-clonic, the big kind. I take medicine for it, but it's not so bad. In fact, it makes me feel extra special and cool.
Gee, I'm really glad we met you, Zeph.
I'm really glad I met you too, guys.
Want to play tag?
Sure, you're it.
Hey, come back here! Hey everyone, it's your friend Jason, Jason, and this is my friend Chimpanzee. Her name is Pansy. Everyone, say hi, Pansy! Pansy is sort of shy, but she wants to learn more about seizures. So I thought we should come to the hospital to learn more. I think there are doctors and nurses inside that can tell us all about seizures. Should we go find one, Pansy? Okay, let's go!
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hi, I'm Jason, and this is my friend Pansy. What's your name?
My name is Kim. I'm a nurse in the neurology department.
We want to learn more about seizures. We just met a new friend who has epilepsy, and he told us he has seizures. Can you tell us more about what a seizure is?
I would love to tell you more about what a seizure is. Lots of people have them, so it's very important to know about seizures. Now, can you tell me what this is?
His head?
Yes, do you know what's inside?
Your brain?
Exactly, your brain. Seizures happen because of things going on inside your brain. Can I show you some pictures and explain it more to you?
Yeah, I love videos.
There's a lot of different kinds of seizures. Some of the most common seizures you might hear talked about are called absence, complex partial, simple partial, and tonic-clonic seizures. I think it's easier to refer to the absence seizures sometimes as small seizures because this is when someone might have a staring spell for a few seconds. Like they just look off and they seem like they're not paying attention to you. And then when it ends a few seconds later, they just jump right back into the conversation. Complex partial and simple partial seizures I think are easy to think of as medium seizures. And you might even hear kids have their own names for these, like a confusion seizure. A complex partial seizure is when you might see someone wandering around. Maybe they're wringing their hands or they're doing something that doesn't seem to make sense. Simple partial is when a person is able to talk to you and can describe what is happening during the seizure. Maybe their arm or their leg is jerking, or they could even taste or smell something that isn't really there. Now, the tonic-clonic seizure is the big seizure because this is when the person usually falls down and their arms or their legs might be really tight and jerking. After the seizure, the person's usually really tired and they might need to rest a little bit.
That's really cool. Pansy, isn't that really cool? Our brains are really neat.
Our brains are really neat. People with epilepsy just have things happen in their brain that are a little different than what might happen in your brain. But remember, just because they're different up here doesn't mean they're any different on the outside.
Can I catch epilepsy?
No, epilepsy can't be caught like a cold or the flu. In fact, people with epilepsy have gone to see a doctor and had a lot of tests done before they were diagnosed with this. And you can be diagnosed with epilepsy at any age.
Thanks so much for explaining it all to us, Nurse Kim.
You're very welcome. It was very nice to meet you. Bye, Jason.
Thanks so much. Goodbye. Miss Kim, we have more questions, more questions, more questions. Oh.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Pansy. How are you?
I'm so glad I found you. So, Pansy and I were talking, and we were so excited to know more about seizures. But then we got worried.
Worried? Why are you worried? There's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, I know. You told us all about seizures. But what do we do if one of our friends with epilepsy starts having a seizure? We should help them, right?
Yes, you should help them, but there are specific things that you can do to help them. If you'd like, I can show you.
Yes. Will you show us?
Yeah, I'll show you, and then you'll know exactly what to do if someone has a seizure. Pansy, do you want to lay down and I can show you what to do if someone has a seizure? So, for every type of seizure, you should always go and get an adult for help. But the most important thing to remember when someone is having a seizure is to stay calm. Keep track of the time so you know how long the seizure is lasting, and just be a good friend. Now, the typical seizure doesn't last more than 3 minutes, but if it does last more than 5 minutes, you should call 911 for help. So, if someone has had one of the big seizures, they're usually laying down and they're twitching or jerking their muscles. For this friend, you should roll them over onto their side and help make sure that their airway is open so they can breathe well. Also, if they have anything tight around their neck, you should loosen it so it doesn't hurt them. Then, if you have something handy nearby, like a jacket or a blanket, lay it under their head so they don't hurt their head on the ground while they're having their seizure. And the last thing is, make sure that you look around and clear anything away that could be dangerous, like a chair or a table. And remember, never put anything in someone's mouth when they're having a seizure. Now, Jason, can I show you what to do if someone's having a partial seizure? Great, go ahead and stand up. There you go. During a partial seizure, they're usually wandering around and they might look confused, or maybe they're wringing their hands like this. The best thing to do is to just gently guide them and keep them away from anything dangerous like the streets or stairs. But whatever you do, don't grab them or restrain them because they might respond by hitting or pushing you. But the most important thing to remember if one of your friends has a seizure is just to be a good friend. Sometimes it can be embarrassing or scary when someone has a seizure, so it's important to be a friend even after the seizure too.
So, if someone is having a seizure, you definitely need to help them and not be scared.
Exactly. Just remember, if you help them, the seizure will be over very quickly and they'll be just fine.
I'm so happy that we met you, Miss Kim. We know so much more about epilepsy and seizures now.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, Zeph.
Hey, Seth.
How's it going?
We're great.
Jason was telling me all about the great things he has learned about the epilepsy and seizures lately. He's so lucky he got to go to the hospital and talk to a nurse about epilepsy and seizures. Isn't that cool?
That is definitely cool. There's a lot to learn about epilepsy. It's good to talk to doctors and nurses about it. Do you know where I get all of my information?
Where?
There's a great organization called the Epilepsy Foundation of Colorado. I volunteer there with Epilepsy Foundation of Colorado, and there's a lot of other kids and adults that are connected because the Epilepsy Foundation, it's awesome. You have a pencil in your backpack?
Yeah, what do I need that for?
Write this down, www.epilepsycolorado.org. You can go there and learn about epilepsy and get connected with others that care about epilepsy just like you.
You're pretty cool, Zeph.
You're pretty cool too, guys. I gotta go.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Zeph.
All right, see you guys later.
So long.